Hi, and welcome to my life. This is Kismet, the feral grandma, as usual. Leaving my Monday class, as usual, because Monday is Tai Chi day. And I'm about halfway through a P3 snack, and I can get some yogurt when I get home. I still have a great deal of my electrolyte water to work on. And it's still quite sunny, and it looks kind of cloudless. Oh, there's a tiny little wisp of cloud. But it's not a wispy, serious cloud. It's just a little tiny. I mean, it's so flat you might almost think it was cirrus if you didn't identify cloud formations on a regular basis. It's not that I like clouds, but they are darn good indicators of what the weather is doing. Lately, the weather is being lots of hot. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stay in the air conditioning, but that's not so important that I'm going to give up Tai Chi for. Although I have been considering a hiatus because it's just been taking forever to get where my right leg is cooperating with me when I'm walking or turning to look into a refrigerator case in the store or whatever. But pretty good today. So I might be getting that back. I don't know. But it is worth keeping track of because I don't like falling down. Now I have a little residual eczema. At least it feels like the eczema on my right knee, being itchy and stuff. But at least it doesn't have a gaping huge scrape underneath it healing up. So, yay for healing. It just isn't healing like my hand did the recent stabbing incident. That was awful having both hands all wrapped up and healing and stuff. But at least it sealed up and did not get infected. That's important. So I will keep doing all the things I do that make me feel better. Now, I'm still taking the B6 drops. They are neuroprotective. And I'm actually doing a little less of the carnitine than I had been because that's not something you can just play with. It can cause seizures. But it is the protein substrate that you might need to cause all the... It's the substrate you need to lay down for brain tissue, spinal tissue, etc. to heal. But I'm not even taking it every day anymore. I don't know if I'm one of those people who can or cannot make enough carnitine just by making sure I get all my essential amino acids. Some people don't make as much as they should, which was my concern. I want the symptoms to go away, but treating symptoms, I might as well just go straight back to the doctor's office, right? And that's the same people informing me, oh, your LDL is high, we want you on a statin, you need to go to all these different specialists. No, I don't. I need to eat right, I need to keep exercising. That's pretty much it. Exercise does a lot for people. Worrying about the level of my LDL? Stressing about it and getting into arguments about it, I don't need. I don't need the triglycerides that are common in people who are eating the standard American diet or the Western medicine diet. Yeah, look up the abbreviation for Western medical diet. I've been trying to get people to use that phrase. I actually don't get excited about cheese. I wish one of these came with 3 options for me. Maybe some kind of little beef cubes or something. And I don't need a lot of ham because most of those have sugar in them. But it's hot. The sun is down except where refraction makes it look like it's above the horizon. So I look across the street and, oh, there's the roof of this 3-story tall apartment building. And it looks like it's got some sun hitting it directly. Well, no, we don't. It's got some refracted sunlight hitting it directly. Left a couple of bites of cheese because I've never been excited about cheese. Why is the whole dang world excited about cheese? I mean, I use it when I'm cooking. I mean, I don't drink beer, but I'll use it when I'm cooking. Sometimes I'll have a little wine, but I have not been excited about it ever. Like Irish coffee. It's like, let's put some of my favorite things all in the same place. Coffee, cream, sugar, I don't need that. But it makes it taste so good. And the 4th ingredient. So for me, Irish coffee is, I want a mellow coffee. My Kona works beautifully for this. Brown sugar, any good quality bourbon will do for the whiskey component, because I'm not so Irish that I'm going to be loyal to Irish whiskey. I'm American. I drink American bourbon, occasionally. But not so much the last couple of years, because I'm also thinking about my brain. I don't need to kill more brain cells. But, yeah. I like a hurricane too, that tastes good. Probably because of the passion fruit stuff in it. But, There's more to life than destroying your brain and possibly barfing on people afterward. Because that's the two things alcohol does. Destroys brain cells and makes you sick. Why bother? Anyway, I'm 10 minutes along here. I've had my protein snack, except for a little bit of the cheese. I will go home and eat some yogurt, maybe, if I want it when I get there. Yay, electrolytes. I don't need to push the brand. There is the flavored element. I like it, but the artificial flavoring is probably not doing me any favors. And I know I can drink the stuff. I've got a lot of what I mixed up at home. I need to add some more salt to it. I've added some. A couple teaspoons, big bottle of water, I'm good. The watermelon element, that's like giving me Kool-Aid. And I need to cut that out. I really do. But, oh, this time of day, it's after 8. I might just take the tollway around. I took the slower road coming down. I was seriously considering a hiatus. And just take a break. You know, and then not pay for 4 months of Tai Chi. But, one, I would miss my class and my classmates a lot. 2, it gets me out of the house occasionally. Several times a week, in fact. 3, my right foot seemed to be behaving more today and yesterday. Yesterday I didn't even have class. But, you know, those wild steps off to the side or cross-stepping in front of my left foot, didn't have any of that. That's important when you don't like to fall down. And if I fall down here, at least I'm doing it in there on the padding. And it's not so regimented and insane as some places. If I don't feel well, I go off the mat. I go sit on the couch. The couch is comfortable. But they don't want me to be sick on the mat. They don't want me to fall down and hurt myself on the mat. And I seriously don't know if somebody ran into one of the big mirrors, but one's been missing since at least I noticed the lack of it on Saturday. They're huge, huge mirrors. But they're so you can see what you're doing in case you need to smooth up an action in a form. Or if you're doing something and you want someone to stand next to you and not be craning their neck trying to see what you're doing. It makes a difference. And, anyway, it wasn't there Saturday morning, so something happened to it, either on Thursday or Friday. Now, it was mounted to an outside wall, so I don't know if expansion and contraction and the heat got to it, or if somebody stumbled against it or something, but it had already had a crack in it. But Master D may have just gotten tired of seeing his big, beautiful mirror with the tape that was holding the cracked area in place. It's his place. He can do it how he wants, you know? Make it better. His weight's down, my weight's down. And I had some awesome ketosis yesterday. Possibly just because I'm making an effort to get the correct amount of food in. But it's hard. I mean, I did pick up a pound of brisket on the way home from the store on Saturday. I was expecting Loki not to want to eat at that time of day. I thought he was fasting until the next day or until dinner time. But then he wound up in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm sorry, did you need some? Now I know what he's doing. He's still trying to do portion control, calorie counting, a little bit less fat, and pretend that he's doing carnivore. I know he's pretending because I know where the whiskey goes. I'm not drinking it. I don't need to feel that way. I don't need to feel like I'm killing my brain cells. But he's still working full time, and I know the company he's at. I used to work there too. That place drove me to drink also. Of course, I would. My preferred drinking at that time, pre-stroke by quite a bit, involved scheduling a time when I would be at Renaissance Fair, go make camp, cook, and then start drinking. But it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. And it's expensive. But that ties back to something I said to one of my social groups a long time ago. Was that Vice stocks always do well. And by vices, I mean, do you own stock in a company that involves itself in casinos? Do you own stock in your favorite alcohol company? You know, you own stock in a cigarette company. Because when times are bad, people turn to their vices to try to lift their spirits. And when times are good, people are building up their businesses, they're advertising, they're, maybe they're remodeling their business, and they might have an expensive pile of supplies for the remodeling, or they might be building a new business and have a storage shed full of what they need to build that business, and they want to protect that. So security companies also. I mean, that's what I learned when I was working security. Is that when times are bad, people hire security to protect what they have, and when times are good, people hire security to protect what's coming in. But that ain't me. But I do understand it. But it's time to drive home. I think the sun is now far enough down that I will not be worried about getting it in my eyes. So, make sure you exercise. Make sure you eat something that's good for you. Be a decent human. Take care of each other. Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay. Alright, bye-bye.